Hey, Andre, we've got some breaking news.
Yes?
And that is there's a new top dog midsize truck that's off-road ready to go. So in this video, we're going to tell you everything about that. What is that, Andre?
Yes, this is the brand new 2024 GMC Canyon AT4X AEV edition. That's a long name.
Yeah, GMC just dropped these images, and we're going to go and we're going to tell you everything you need to know. Well, almost everything, I suspect.
Except for price.
Of course, yes. I knew that was not coming. This top dog off-roader. So let's start with, could you go back to that main picture?
Yeah.
Let's go with something that immediately strikes me. Those are some big, you know what, wheels and tires.
Yeah, so this is based on the new chassis of the midsize truck for them. I own one, right? I have a Chevy Colorado Trail Bus, which is a much kind of more subdued and affordable version of this. But they stretched the wheelbase, and the rumor is the reason why they stretched all those wheelbases is to fit these tires underneath this and have the lift to do it. So this is, they call it 35s, but they're actually 34.4 inches in diameter and 12.4 inches wide. But the width is, it's the widest off-road tire they've ever put on a truck.
Well, between friends, it's a 35, right? if you're out there on the trail, you're not going to be like, hey,
this is
Andre, that's a 34.4. No, you'll be like, man, those are 35s, dude.
Yes.
I'm rolling on 35s.
That's what the marketing department said.
All right, and as we know, right, any off-road truck now has to be Baja ready. That's like the thing.
Yes.
So maybe given it Baja mode, of course.
Yes.
With something else.
Yeah, so Baja mode, so it has multiple modes, right?
Yes.
Of course, it can do many things. But I found this interesting because I don't think any Colorado has this feature. Launch control.
Ooh, nice.
Because every off-road truck, like the TRX, right,
Yes.
must have launch control.
So now we've got Baja mode and launch control.
Yes, so you can.
You wish you had that on your Colorado.
Well, you could step on the. You can mash the brake. You can mash the throttle and let go of the brake, and it will do the rest.
Honey, I'm going to work and I'm launching out the driveway. All right, how much of a lift did they give it?
So the standard AT4X is already 3 inches taller than the regular 4x4.
Yep.
But they lifted it another 1.5 inches over that.
So a 4.5-inch lift. Wow.
Yeah, this is quite significant.
That's a tall truck. You're tall, I'm tall, right?
Yes.
So I used to judge how comfortable a truck was by how much I had to like move my butt to get into the seat. And a standard lifted truck was just about the right height. I could just kind of scoot over. But if you're shorter, this is going to be, an interesting get up into the truck
opportunity. It also has rock sliders, right?
I saw those, yeah.
So, and you can see the tires and the new wheels, of course. So they put these AEV. We need to explain what AEV is.
American Expedition Vehicles.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure that explained it. So AEV is a company that has been out there for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think they probably made their name with Dodge, wouldn't you say, and Ram?
Yeah, and also Jeeps. They started on Jeeps.
Yeah.
And then they transitioned and they started working with GM, right? And now they're kind of almost everywhere.
Yeah, so they have gotten in with the manufacturers. So they're no longer doing aftermarket stuff, but they're actually coming now with special editions actually installed from the factory. And so we've got, according to your notes here, AEV front and rear bumper.
Yeah, and they're stamped steel. So you could see the new bumper design. It's winch capable and actually allows for a very steep approach angle, about 38 degrees of approach.
So as you know, we just bought a Jeep JK that was taken to AEV and of course modded. And what I like about AEV is they do factory level work. So sometimes, you've seen this, guys, right? Sometimes you'll buy, let's say, a bumper or some rock sliders, and after maybe 5 years, all of a sudden it starts to rust.
What about 1 year?
Okay,
sometimes.
But like with our Jeep,
yeah,
it's like it came from the factory.
How old is our Jeep? It's like
it's in 2016 or 17, so 5 years.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah. And still, our Jeep looks like new.
Yeah. So I also noticed you've got some AEV headrests.
Yeah, interior touches,
yeah.
And I really like this kind of white. Red and black design that they have on the inside. They also have skid plates galore, right? So they're known for skid plates. This is another view of the rear bumper. Actually, the rear, I have some comparison data because you're probably wondering, how does this compare to some others?
I remember being at the State Fair of Texas
Yeah.
when they had the old Canyon, right? And they had the aftermarket parts you could put out on the car, and they were made of boron steel.
Yes.
Is this still boron steel?
Yes,
Whatever that is?
still boron.
Right. Sounds good. Boron.
Boron is a special alloy of steel. It has to be hot stamped, so the metal is hot when the press comes down and forms the skid
So
plate.
here, according to your notes, what is boron?
Well, I'm explaining it.
Okay.
So
No,
it has
no,
to-
what is boron that's on the truck? I should have been.
How many?
Yeah, how much boron?
There's a lot of boron.
boron.
So, by the way, boron is allowed to be. It's really strong, but it's about 3 millimeters thick.
Okay.
And it covers radiator, according to GMC.
Yep.
It covers steering gear, so the front steering components, transmission and transfer case, fuel tank, and the rear differential. So almost the entire belly is covered.
And so here we have the numbers. So let's talk about the competition. So they've got the AT4X versus the Ford Ranger Raptor, and of course the Jeep Gladiator. So let's go through the numbers.
Yeah, and this is the new Raptor that's coming to us,
Yep.
Ranger Raptor for the US, and the Gladiator Rubicon. So the Gladiator Rubicon still has those tires way up front, and they have the best
By far.
approach angle.
Yep.
But look at this, the departure angle is really close. They're all kind of within the same kind of area, but GM wins the breakover angle, basically the middle angle, because their wheelbases are a little bit shorter and their tires are bigger.
Yeah, and then the ground clearance. That's an impressive number.
12.2
inches.
yeah.
That's going to be a tall truck.
So I actually was on the, they do those press conferences, embargoed press conferences,
Yeah.
and I was listening to their report, and they said they tested the AEV Canyon on the Rubicon Trail.
I believe it.
So they ran the Rubicon with it.
Now I noticed, not in your notes, but also in the pictures, that it's got Salta wheels. That's another kind of feature that the
Yes.
AEV uses a lot. Actually, our Jeep has the same ones. There you go.
Yeah, I love the design actually.
Yeah,
the
those have been
design,
around a while.
The design is quite nice. Here's another view at it, and they're also beadlock capable, so you can actually put a beadlock wheel on it. So we don't have pricing yet, like we said.
When is it available? How about?
Later this year.
Okay.
So it's not going to be. It's a 2024 model, but it's available this calendar year. So within the next few months.
We've been doing this, 12 years now? And once upon a time we started doing this, you'd ask them when it's available, and they'd be like, coming in February, right?
Of blah blah blah.
Blah, blah. Now it's like sometime this year. Pretty soon it's going to be sometime this decade. If you're looking at like the Cybertruck, you might as well not make that promise. Just say sometime this decade and you'll be safe.
So I want to mention a couple of things that this doesn't have.
Okay.
You know what Raptor is known for, right? Special power.
Yes. So
right.
Nothing special under the hood.
So it still has the high output engine, but it's the same engine other Canyons get.
So the
right?
310 horsepower, yeah.
Right, and 430 pound-feet of torque.
Okay.
So they didn't give it a special
Same
engine.
engine you have in
Yeah.
Colorado.
Actually, yeah. So I'm kind of bummed by that.
Okay.
I wish they did something that Ford does and actually gives it a special, more powerful choice.
Like the Raptor R, right? You've got the big old supercharged
Yeah.
V8. Yeah. Here, not so much.
And also, our colleague Case went to see the new ZR2 Bison
Yes.
version of this, basically the brother of this truck.
Yes.
And that Bison had additional bounce stops, hydraulic bump stops. This one doesn't have that, as far as I can tell.
So let's talk about the difference between GMC and Chevy, right?
Yeah.
So GMC has always been the more expensive of the two siblings,
More premium.
more premium, and so this is the most capable, but at the same time also the most premium. So they're working with kind of a premium aftermarket company to make it more special in some ways. So what's your guess on pricing?
So the current AT4X,
Yeah.
first edition one,
Yeah.
is north of 60K.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I'm thinking this is going to be way higher.
I think so too.
By at least 5 or 6 or 7,000. So this could be approaching 70K, my
For
friend.
a mid-size
Yes.
truck.
Yes.
Wow.
But it joins a family of trucks, which are all premium, right? So they have this guy. Remember we tested it. This was about 91,000.
Yep.
The light duty. They have the heavy duty version, and then they have now the Canyon. So we don't have final pricing on this. I think this could be a 6-figure truck. This could be a 100K truck.
You know, 6-figure trucks are no longer breathtaking. They're like, just go for it, guys. And I think, that's the world we live in right now. And that's why we bought the used JK for $36,000 with the AEV stuff, because it was much more affordable.
But would you say the AEV in your mind on the used Jeep Did it add value?
Well, I know. Okay, in the sticker, right? So what they did in the past was the dealer sent it to AEV and they put all the parts on it. And on the sticker, they put, I believe, $20,000 worth of parts on it. So we're talking about winch, we're talking about bumpers, we're talking about lifts, shocks, AEV shocks, Salto wheels.
Also, like a little cage. It had additional.
I think that was.
Oh, that was additional.
So I think it was like either $10,000 or $20,000. Don't quote me on that. And the problem with that, of course, was that it wasn't in the lease or it wasn't in the warranty. So now with it coming,
it is now.
It is. So
Yeah.
you could kind of roll it into your lease. You could roll it into the warranty. Is it worth, like you're saying, potentially $70K? The market will tell.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
As always, this is Roman
And Andre.
saying go to alltfl.com because you saw it first on the Fastlane truck.
And now and off-road.
And we've got some breaking Land Cruiser news that we also published that you'll want to check out, and that's also at alltfl.com. See you guys next time.